A competitive gamer is a definition of its own. It is a hybrid between a professional and a casual gamer. For instance, professional gamers play video games as their main source of income, so winning is an absolute priority, while casual gamers play for fun with no strings attached. On the other hand, a competitive gamer doesn't have to be in it for the money, nor with no goal in mind. A competitor wants to be regarded as one of the best, someone who invested the time and patience to overcome self-made obstacles or those made from challengers. Really, being competitive means thriving for competition. It's a seeker of a worthy challenge that can be conquered. My name's David, and today we're going to go into the life of a competitive gamer. I grew up wanting to become the best at something. I also grew up playing an assortment of video games, though for me, it was having two older brothers who constantly challenged me in fighting games that sparked my interest in competition. This feeling eventually evolved from playing games casually to facing opponents from all corners of the world. And even though I had the drive for competition, I didn't have much else. I was pretty clueless about what it actually took to become a competitive gamer. So naturally, my journey started in the genre where my ambition did, fighting games. I watched tournaments of some of the best players and studied the terminology they used. I studied universal mechanics and fundamentals that apply to all fighting games. But more importantly, I researched what a competitor was. Ryan Laugh On proposed the idea that fighting gamers are represented by one of three different archetypes: brains, hearts, or body. If this sounds familiar, it's most likely because Ryan drew inspiration from the Wizard of Oz's main characters. This would eventually become known amongst the fighting game community as Laugh's theory. Brains refers to the scientific and calculated player. It's the one that data mines the animation's frame values. Heart represents the emotional or feeling-based player, the one that plays off the mechanics of the game, or my archetype. And body refers to the players who are known for their physical capabilities, specifically their executions and reactions. Now that I knew what it took to be a competitive gamer and had a plethora of information about fighting games, I had to choose a game that was most appealing to me. In 2014, I chose Killer Instinct. To familiarize myself, I used the in-game dojo mode as my starting point. This allowed me to set a personal barrier. Before I could go online and face players from all across the world, I had to complete all the trials from the in-game dojo mode. It took some time and at points got quite infuriating, but I was able to manage through every trial in the dojo mode and conquer this personalized barrier. So with that in mind, I sought out Exhibition mode, where players played for both fun and thrill, but it wasn't so much for competition as scores were not tracked. Still, I learned quickly that I could not rely solely on the mechanics of the game and the dojo's trials, as everyone had a unique playstyle that data cannot account for. As you would imagine, I lost a lot. So much more than I expected to. But I learned in the process of my defeat. As I progressed, I won a little each time. Eventually, I would hardly lose, and I knew that it was time that I truly played amongst the best. Ranked mode was a place specifically designed with competitors in mind, where scores, records, and accomplishments placed a player in specific tiers based on their level of skill. The order from least to greatest starts at Qualifier, Bronze, Silver, Gold, and finally, Killer. I spent 2 years of playing Killer Instinct before I could not only make it to the rank Killer, but be regarded amongst the community as a great competitor. And while I still make many mistakes that cost me the victory, I know that each loss, each hit will help me improve. And that's the thing, this cycle of setting a goal, working up to that goal, and someday accomplishing it makes the whole experience worthwhile and the reason why I continue to remain a competitor in Killer Instinct. As of today, I have over 1,500 matches played and just under 1,100 of those matches won. But more importantly, I placed 85th best in the entire world at Killer Instinct. By the end of it all, through my time playing competitively, I found three main reasons why people choose to play for competition opposed to playing for leisure. The first reason is that it teaches gamers perseverance, determination, and will. It doesn't matter how bad they may lose, it's the fact that through trial and error, they not only achieve victory, but someday they earn it. The second reason is that not everyone has the option of playing competitively outside of video games.
I compete because I love competition. I'm a sports junkie. I can't get enough of sports. I've always wanted to compete, and because of my limitations, um, I can't really compete, like quote unquote normal people. So I found a platform where I could do the same thing and really use my mind instead of my physical ability.
The final and my personal favorite reason is that we have the ambition to succeed. I would go as far as to say that it's almost like primal instincts, to face adversity head on and triumph through it. And really, it's as simple of a feeling as that makes the entire experience truly marvelous.